and it has not been studied widely, primarily because the animals belonging to them are very fragile. Okay, and there are not many species that have been reported. So very few species have been reported, and earlier they were thought to be something else. Now they have been classified into different phyla, or they have classified into a new phyla that is called as the Ptenophora. All right. So if you look at these beautiful diagrams or beautiful pictures of these animals, you will find that these are basically the free swimming animals. Okay, and they have a very soft body. All right. So just like a transparent jelly which you eat, they are of that nature, or they have a very transparent and jelly-like appearance. All right. And as far as their other names are concerned, because of their uh, comb-like shape or jelly-like shape, they are called as the comb jellies. So this one on the top is an example of a comb jelly, where you can find it is a very transparent, you can see through it, all right, and it is a very soft-bodied animal. Then sometimes they are also referred to as sea walnuts. Walnuts जैसे आपने देखा है, it is having a circular, a round shape, all right, and same like the presence of different grooves over the walnuts, or the ridges are there. Same is the case in the walnuts, as in the sea walnuts as well. That is the ptenophores. That you can find these lines are there, which we will discuss. What are these basic lines are there? Okay, so they are in general they are very soft animals, and they are transparent in nature. So you have to just remember that. Then if you look at the characteristics of the ctenophores, they are basically the free swimming animals. So that means they don't attach to the substratum, unlike the in case of the coelentrates. All right, और the nidaria जो हमने पढ़ा था, उनसे ये काफी different है. That means they are very different in case of in terms of their structure as well as their nature. So firstly, they are only free swimming stage, no attached stage is formed. Then they are exclusively marine. So that means you will not find them in fresh water. Okay, so ponds में, आपको rivers में, या आपको lakes में ये नहीं मिलेंगे. You will only find them in deep in oceans and seas. All right. Then they are solitary. No colonial form is present, unlike in case of the ctenophores, where you have studied that sometimes the colony formation can occur. Then again, an important characteristics of these animals is the pelagic forms. That means they are present on the surface of the water. Okay, so they are not present deep inside, rather they are present on the surface of the oceans as well as on the seas. Then as I already discussed, there is a very transparent nature of this animal. That means you can see through it, and it has a gelatinous appearance. Right? And the shape can vary from a oval shape or round shape or pear shape, or it can be of a cylindrical or flat like shape in some of the animals. Then there is no polymorphism present in these animals. That means they do not modify into different forms. So हमने जैसे different forms पढ़ी थी, polyp and the medusa form. There is no such presence of forms in case of these ctenophores. All right, and they are the forms which have only the free swimming stage, not the attached stage. So always remember that. As far as the symmetry is concerned, they show biradial symmetrical in nature, and they have bilateral symmetry. Okay, and that symmetry is along the oral aboral axis. So oral aboral means on the oral part and the abdominal part region. You can divide them into different in different planes or symmetry. Then if you look at the predominant structure there, you will find certain comb-like structure present. So just like comb, there are these long ridges present, okay, which is covered with the cilia. So you can see these fine structures. So these are called as the cilia. All right, and this as in other animals like protozoa, helps in the locomotory process. All right. So major locomotory organs are these cilia, which are present in form of a plates. तो ये जो lines आपको दिख रही थी, तो मैंने आपको last figure में दिखाया. These were actually the comb plates. All right. And these were cilia. If you look at under the microscope, you will find that these lines are not just demarcation over the body. Rather, they have the fine structures called as cilia present over them. All right. Then a mouth is present as well as the statocyst is present. So what is the function? I will tell you later. So because of the presence of these comb-like structure over the body surface, they are called as the comb jelly. All right. So the jelly part is from the transparent nature, and because of the presence of these comb plates, they are called as the comb jellies. And scientifically, these comb plates are also called as the teens. ठीक है ना? तो ये जो टीन्स है बेसिकली इसी से नाम पड़ा टीनोफोर्स. The animals bearing these teens or these comb-like plates over their body. Then there is another important thing which is there is the presence of retractable tentacles. So what are these retractable tentacles or retractile tentacles? They are the specialized organs for catching of the prey. जैसे कि हमने tentacles पढ़ा था हाइड्रा के केस में, so similar structures is there, but the major difference in case of this is that there is no presence of nematocysts. Always remember that they don't have a nematocyst in case of the ctenophores, but Cnidaria में they are present. Then if you look at their body shape, they are basically triploblastic animals. Triploblastic means they are made up of 3 germ layers. The first one or the outer one is called as the epidermis, followed by the inner gastrodermis, and the middle part is called as the mesoglea. All right. And there are scattered cells present along with the certain muscle fibers. So muscles are not there as such, but muscle fibers are there. Also, there is no true body cavity, so therefore they are called as the acoelomate. All right. So coelom is absent, or the body cavity is absent in case of these organisms. Then if you look at the digestive system, it contains a mouth. All right. So this is the mouth where the ingestion of the food occurs, followed by stomatidium. So stomatidium basically is helpful in the digestion of the food. All right. So it's a tubular structure. Then there are different canals which are called as the gastrovascular canal. So gastrovascular, as the name suggests, gastric जहाँ भी word use होगा, that is related to the digestive system. So these gastrovascular canal are the same, are performing the same functions like in case of like the alimentary canals in case of the mammals or in case of the humans. So जैसे हमारे में alimentary canal है, similar are or the similar function is performed by these gastrovascular canals in case of these organisms. Then another important thing, or which is a very important differentiating characters or important character, is the presence of 2 anal pores. So unlike other organisms जो हमने आज तक अभी तक पढ़े थे, they were having only single anal pore or anal opening. So, but these organisms have 2 anal pores present at the posterior side of the body. Then if you look at these structures, so these are basically the tentacles which are retractable. So that means retractile tentacles कह दीजिए या retractable tentacles कह दीजिए. These tentacles can go inside this sheath. All right. So this is the sheath or a tube, you can say, which is covered with a membrane which is called as the tentacle sheath, and this tentacle can be retracted inside. So you will see the organism floating like this, but once it sees its prey, the tentacles can come out, all right, from the sheath, and then it can start the preying process. All right. Then, as I told you, these organisms, unlike the cnidarians, they don't have any nematocysts present. So their stinging cells are absent in case of these organisms. As far as the body organization is concerned, they have a very primitive type, or they are not a very advanced type of body system. Rather, they have the cell or tissue grade of organization. That means the cellular different cells are present, and they sometimes can form a particular tissue. Like for example, the digestive tissue is formed in this case. Then if you look at the tentacles, they have specialized cells for adhesion and or sensory process, which are called as the coloblast or the lasso cells. Okay, so these are the cells which are present over the tentacles, and these helps in the adhesion of the organism to its prey. Okay, and also they have the sensory cells. So sensory cells help them to detect whether organism is present in the vicinity or not. Right. So why these are important? Can anybody guess the reason why these are very very important? Adhesive or sensory cells? क्यों तौसीफ क्या रीजन होगा why the sensory cells are quite important in case of ctenophores?
So that they could hide from the prey क्योंकि इनके पास
अच्छा,
डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म नहीं होता है.
डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म नहीं था और एक और इम्पोर्टेंट सेंसरी से कुछ याद आ रहा है इनके अंदर आईज होती हैं
No, sir.
yes
No sir.
eyes are absent, so that's why, because in order to see, in order to sense the presence of the predator as well as prey, ठीक है ना, दोनों के लिए इनको सेंसरी सेल्स का इम्पोर्ट वो यूज करना होता है. ऑलराइट, चलिए. Then these sensory cells helps in the capture of the prey or the food. All right. Then this is a time-lapse photography of the sea jelly, sea comb, or that is ingesting the food. All right. So it can feed on its own species, or it can even feed on its similar kind of organism. So this is a small sea comb, all right, and the larger one is eating it. All right. So what happens that because of the presence of this large opening, which is the mouth part, you can see that it is sucked in. All right. So the food enters inside through the mouth, inside the body cavity, it enters, and then digestion process starts. And what is a very very important aspect in this digestion is it is intracellular digestion, all right, but it is a very very fast process. So all the digestive process can complete within 30 to 40 minutes. So once they ingest the food, okay, and this food is digested, and you can see after, this is the image taken after 30 to 40 minutes, and you can see that it is almost digested. You can find only the traces are there. All right. So most of the digestive process occurs within the first 30 minutes of ingestion. So these are voracious feeder. Okay, so they feed very very fast. Then as far as other systems are concerned, the skeletal system, circulatory, respiratory, and excretory, they are absent. They have very primitive type of tissue level organization that we discussed. And the nervous system is quite important, but it is of various diffuse type. That means the oral and the aboral ends, they have the sensory organs called as the statocyst. So जैसे मैंने आपको इस वाले फिगर में दिखाया था, these are helpful in sensing that whether the prey or the predator is in the vicinity or not. All right. So it helps both in the defense mechanism as well as capturing of the prey. Then as far as the reproductive systems are concerned, they are hermaphrodite. That means they have the same organism here, both the sexes, or monoecious in nature. Okay. And the gonads are endodermal in origin. That means they are situated, they are developed from the endoderm, and they are situated on the walls of the digestive canal. So the digestive canals थी, उसकी walls जो हैं वहाँ पर ये gonads localized होते हैं. Then another important thing in case of these organisms is that the development is direct. The direct development means there is no intermediate stages present in case of these ctenophores. Rather, they develop with the characteristic larva, which is called as the sidipid larva. Alright. So this sidipid larva basically helps is a larva of these ctenophores, and in case of these organisms, there is a process called as the pedogenesis occurs. So this sidipid larva basically develops into the adult form, with the only difference that although it looks like the larva, the adult looks like larva, but it helps the mature or the developed gonads. So only difference is the presence or the absence of the mature gonads that will differentiate between the adult form and the larval form. So that is called as the pedogenesis. Unlike in other animals where you find that adults are completely different from their larval forms. So larval forms हमने पढ़ी थी different organisms में, but the adults does not resemble like the larval forms. But in case of these ctenophores, what happens that the larva and the adults are quite similar. Okay, with the only difference is that they have the developed gonads in case of adults, but the gonads are rudimentary. Alright. So the word which is used in case of larval forms are they have the gonads, but they are rudimentary gonads or undeveloped gonads. All right. And one important aspect of their reproduction is that they only reproduce by the sexual reproduction, and asexual reproduction is completely absent. All right. And as I told you that they don't have any polymorphic forms, so there is no alteration of generation. जैसे हमने ओबीलिया के केस में पढ़ा था, मेड्यूसल फॉर्म भी होती है और पॉलीफॉर्म भी होती है. So there is no alteration of generation in case of these ctenophores. Then regeneration is common. Okay, so there is difference between asexual reproduction and regeneration. So regeneration means if some part of the organism is broken down or is damaged, it can be regenerated. Alright, it can be cured or healed in a very small period of time. And also there is the presence of pedogenesis. That means the larval form resembles the adult form. Then these beautiful pictures you can see here are basically the light scattering process which is done, or refractive process which is done by these nematophores. So some of the people, they confuse this with the bioluminescence. So आपने पढ़ा होगा कि certain organisms they emit a certain wavelength of light, and that is called as bioluminescence. But in case of ctenophores, although some of these species have been reported to produce bioluminescence, but most of these species, they refract the light or they scatter the light, and that process has been reported in a large number of ctenophores. All right. So you can see how beautifully they are refracting these different colors. So major color which is refracted in case of these ctenophores, as you can see, is green and the bluish color. So most of the time you will find the green and bluish color in the dominant part, but they can also reflect the red, okay, orange and yellow colors as well. So sometimes the important thing to remember is you cannot just say they are all bioluminescent. Sometimes no bioluminescence is present. Rather, there is only the process called as the diffraction which occurs, or refraction basically, which occurs in case of these organisms. And they give them beautiful appearance during the dark times, okay, or during the night time. As far as the classification of ctenophore is concerned, it is the simplest classification in the whole animal and the plant kingdom. जितने भी आपने पढ़े होंगे, सबसे easiest classification ctenophores की है. There are only two classes. First is called as the Taeniculata. So that means जैसे आपने ctenophora का नाम है, वैसे ही इसका भी क्लास का नाम है. Taenia से start होता है. And the second one is the Nudu. Okay. So the class Taeniculata is having major characteristics, like the adults have two long tentacles. So you can see here, these are the long tentacles which are present in case of these organisms. So which are absent in case of the Nudu forms. Alright. So they don't have the tentacles, and that is the major difference between the two classes. Okay. So always remember that presence or absence of the tentacles is the major defining characteristic which differentiate the two classes of ctenophores. Then if you look at the tentacles, the larval forms have the tentacles, but while the adults have the oral lobes. Okay. So oral lobes means that they don't have the tentacles. They sometimes lose their tentacles, but there is the openings or the structures which are present, which are lobular in structure. So it is not always the case that the larval forms will have the tentacles and adults will also have the tentacles. So the in one of the either stage, either it is the larval stage or the adult stage, it should have the tentacles. If in both the stages tentacles are absent, so you cannot classify them in the Taenia colata. Then another important thing is that the mouth is quite narrow in case of these Taenia colata, and the pharynx is quite small. All right, and that is the opposite in case of the another class, which is the Nudo class. So example इसका है, simple example है Tenoplana, okay, and another one is the Bolinopsis. So Bolinopsis का ये मैंने एक picture ली है, you can see bioluminescence there, okay, and also you can see these tentacles are present. So this is the example of the first class. Then the Nudo class, you can see body is quite large, okay, so the size is enormous. Then it is conical in shape and it is compressed laterally. So compression is there. It is not like a completely cylindrical or oval shape. No, there is compression as well. Then there is no presence of tentacles or the oral lobes. They are completely absent. So that means they are tentacle-less organism. Then the mouth is quite wide. You can see how much space the mouth, how much area the mouth covers. All right. So they have a very wide mouth, and the pharyngeal region is also very large. So that means it helps in the very easy digestion and it helps in the capture of prey. Then, as I told you, they are voracious feeder. They can feed and digest in minutes. So 30 to 40 minutes is not a long time. Human digestion takes around 3 to 4 hours, but you can see these organisms can digest their whole organism in around 30 to 40 minutes. So example is of the Boroi. So these Boroi basically are the organisms which are taken in this picture. You can see here, and these belong to the class Nudo. So this was all about this phylum Ctenophora. Okay, so very easy phylum and very interesting phylum as well. And as I told you, the number of organisms which have been reported in this phylum is quite low. About a few hundreds of them have been reported. So this was about the theory part from my portion. I have completed this theory of all these 3 phylums, Protozoa, Porifera और Cnidaria, और आप लोगों ने इसके practicals भी देख लिए, ठीक है? The final part, which is the practical exercise for Dr. Aisha Kamar, that is for the specimens of phylum Echinodermata. So I'll take not more than 10 minutes or 15 minutes and I'll complete that. So there are few specimens which you have to study and they are very easy to remember, unlike the other organisms. Everyone has seen in his or her life that these are the organisms belonging to the phylum Echinodermata, and this is called as the starfish. So you can see that these have the peculiar structure, that is the presence of 5 arms. You can see here 5 arms are present, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there is a central opening which is called as the mouth. Mouth is present. Then an important characteristic of these phylum, that is phylum Echinodermata, is the presence of the ambulacral system. Can anybody tell me the name of the what is the common name of ambulacral system? Commonly क्या कहते हैं इसको?
Water vascular system.
Water vascular system. Very good. So this water vascular system actually helps in the क्या है function उसका? OS, would you like to answer? What is the function of water vascular system in echinoderms?
Locomotion.
In the locomotion. All right. So this ambulacral system or the water vascular system is present, and it is the characteristics of these echinoderms. So ambulacral grooves, you cannot see from outside the ambulacral system, but you can see these grooves present. So these are the grooves which shows the presence of the ambulacral system in the echinoderms. Right. Then another important thing which is there for the locomotion is the presence of the tube feet. All right, as well as at the tip of the organism there are terminal tentacles present. So you will not see the long tentacles, unlike in case of the other organisms जो हमने पढ़े थे, but you will find that yes, at the tip there are presence of tentacles on the arms. All right. Another one specimen which you have to study is the echinus. इसका क्या है common name? Echinus is called as
Urchin, sea urchin.
sea urchin. Very nice. So this is the sea urchin on the left. You can see again beautifully colored, and there are lot of tentacles which are present there. Okay, so there are spines as well as tentacles which are present on the sea urchin, and these tentacles are mainly located around the oral opening. Okay, so as the name suggests, around the because of the presence of the tentacles at the oral end, it is called as the oral tentacles. While these spines, ये जो long आपको structure नजर आ रहे हैं needle like, these are not tentacles, rather these are spines. So these are the spines which are present all over the body. That helps in the production. All right. Again, there is the ambulacral system. क्योंकि जितने भी echinoderms होंगे, they have the presence of ambulacral system in them. And they have also the mouth contains teeth. अब इसमें तो visible नहीं है, but on the picture you can see on the diagram that there are the presence of teeth in the oral region, as well as the few feet are present. So this you have to remember. Then this is called as the holothuria, and it is commonly called as the sea cucumber. All right. So if you look at these specimens which were collected, okay, you can find that it looks like a cucumber, but it has been obtained from sea, and these are the dried sea cucumbers. All right. So what special characteristics you can see or observe in case of these sea cucumbers are basically the presence of the peristome, okay, and the presence of this anteriorly located mouth. अब यहाँ पर जो है अगर आप इसका view देखते, so you will find a oral peristome and the presence of the mouth. Then there are a lot of tentacles present. Okay, so these tentacles again you can only see them under the microscope, are located around the oral region, so therefore they are called as the oral tentacles. Then at the posterior end of the body, that means at the tail end of the body, you will find an opening which is called as the anus. All right, and again all across the body there are the presence of tube feet. The tube feet, they help in the locomotory process. So you can see more clearly the presence of tube feet on these sea cucumbers. Then this is the antedon. इसका कॉमन नेम क्या है? एंटीडॉन का क्या है कॉमन नेम?
सी लिली.
सी लिली.
सी लिली.
अच्छा, और दूसरा सी स्टार या सी फेदर, ये नहीं पढ़ा?
सी लिली पढ़ा.
अच्छा, सी फेदर भी कहते हैं इसको, ठीक है ना, क्योंकि आप इसका स्ट्रक्चर देखिए, लिली की तरह भी होती है इसकी जो आप कह रहे हैं शेप, बट इट इज मोर रिजेंबलिंग लाइक अ फेदर ऑफ अ बर्ड. नहीं लग रहा feather of a bird? Its shape is like a feather of the bird itself. So there are a few specimens which have taken pictures, and one is of the preserved specimen. So preserved specimen में आपको इतना ज़्यादा clear नहीं नजर आएगा, but you can see these long arms are there, okay, and they have these pinnules present over them. So these feather-like structures or these hair-like structures are basically the pinnules. All right, so the main body is actually present here, which is called as the central disc. Okay, so this central disc, they have the oral opening, okay, that is called as the mouth, as well as situated near the mouth is the another opening which is called as the anus. So अगर इस एरिया को आप मैग्नीफाई करके देखें तो आपको ऐसा नजर आएगा that mouth is present in the central disc, and then there is the presence of anus. Then there are aboral cirri which are present. ये आप root-like structure जो आपको दिख रहा है, these are the aboral cirri. Then there are ambulacral grooves which are present here in the arms, and because this helps in the locomotion. Then these arms contains the pinnules, and if you count these arms, there are basically how much? 10 number of arms present in case of the antedon. So just you have to remember that. This is called as the brittle star or Ophioderma. And you can see that it is resembling like a starfish, but it is quite cylindrical, or it is quite tapered in shape. All right, so you can see here the presence of a centrally located disc which is there, okay, and on the disc you will find that there is a shield present. So there is a covering which is called as the oral arm shield. So this shield protects the the arms of the organism. Then there are radial shields as well. And if you look at these structures, long structures, they are the presence of these arms which help in the locomotion. So again, this is the brittle star, and you don't have to write more comments. You have to write only 4 or 5 comments about it also. Then finally, the final specimen which you have to study in this echinoderm, so total 6 specimen है, is the bipinnarea larva. And as you have studied in case of echinoderms that there are different larval forms, auricularia larva होता है, bipinnarea larva होता है. So that means these larval forms are very important in identifying which organism is there. Okay, and these have certain special characteristics. So if you look at the first important characteristic is the presence of a lot of arms there. All right, and I have tried to take this picture and labeled most of the arms and to make you understand. So if you look at the different structures, you will find an oral opening there. Okay, the pharyngeal region is there, a rudimentary gonads are there, digestive system is there. But the most important thing in case of the bipinnarea larva is the presence of all these arms. So first one, if you look at the topmost part, that is called as the median dorsal arm. Okay, so why it is called as medial? Because it is situated in the center of the organism. तो जो लार्वा है उसके सेंटर में प्रेजेंट है, तो इसका नाम हो गया मीडियन डॉर्सल आर्म. Then there is another arm that is present just before the mouth part. So that is called as the pre-oral arm. ये देखिए जो सेकंड वाला है that is called as the pre-oral arm. तो पीछे वाला जो था medial dorsal arm, फिर उसके बाद जो है that is the pre-oral arm. Then certain arms are present at the anterior side of the body, okay, which are dorsally located. दो साइड होती हैं, डॉर्सल और वेंट्रल. तो डॉर्सल जो लोकेटेड होंगी उसको क्या कहेंगे हम? एंटेरोडॉर्सल आर्म, राइट. और जो इसके पीछे प्रेजेंट होगी, अब यहाँ पे आपको इतना दिखाई नहीं दे रहा क्योंकि ये 3 डायमेंशनल स्ट्रक्चर होता है. सो ऑन द पोस्टीरियर साइड ऑफ द बॉडी इफ द आर्म्स आर प्रेजेंट, that will be called as the posterior dorsal arm. All right. Then if you look at the oral region, जब यहाँ खत्म हो जाता है उसके बाद ये वाला जो आर्म है जो कि slightly curved shape, that is called as the post oral arm. All right. So post oral arm ये वाला जो है, इसकी बस आपको लाइनिंग से नजर आ रही होगी कर्व पोर्शन में, बहुत ही फेंट जो है, that is the post oral arm. All right. And the final arm is the posterior lateral arm, that is posterior side of the body and laterally present. Dorsally present तो dorsal arm और laterally present तो lateral arm. तो ये आपके फाइनल आपके मेजर कितने हो गए? एक हो गए मीडियन, प्रीओरल, एंटेरोडॉर्सल, पोस्टेरियोडॉर्सल, पोस्टोरल और पोस्ट ओरल लेटरल आर्म. ठीक है ना, या पोस्टीरियर. तो ये आपके टोटल होगी 6 आर्म्स बेसिकली इन केस ऑफ द बाइपिन्नेरियल लार्वा. और ये डायग्राम आपको मिल जाएगा बुक में है, जो आप प्रैक्टिकल के लिए यूज करते हैं बुक में, दैट इज गिवन. तो दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट दीज phylums and their practicals. So we have completed everything now and you have 7 to 8 days to prepare. अभी डेट शीट तो आई नहीं, शायद आ गई एग्जाम की डेट शीट?
अभी नहीं आई.
तो hopefully within couple of days you will be able to know when is the exam. तो हो सकता है कि
आगे भी बढ़ सकती है सर डेट.
हाँ, डेट आगे भी बढ़ सकती है, अभी कुछ कह नहीं सकते. तो जब भी होगा
20 तारीख तक तो रजिस्ट्रेशन ही होगा सर.
20 तारीख तक रजिस्ट्रेशन होगा. तो अभी देखते हैं कि कब आती है डेट शीट. मगर ये है कि हाँ, आपको इतना टाइम मिल जाएगा, एक दिन का 2 दिन का गैप होता है हर एक पेपर के बीच में. यू कैन प्रिपेयर इट वेरी इजीली. And again the mode has been decided. The mode of examination will be video call. Okay, so be prepared for viva voce. Okay, अब इसमें कोई असाइनमेंट या कोई रिटन एग्जाम या मल्टीपल चॉइस का कोई भी ऑप्शन नहीं है आप लोगों के पास. ये फाइनल डिसीजन हो चुका है कि इट विल बी टेकन ऑन वीडियो कॉल. ऑलराइट. तो आपसे कह दिया जाएगा कि आप अपना कैमरा ऑन करिए और इंडिविजुअली आपको कॉल करेंगे टीचर्स आपको वाइवा लेने के लिए. ठीक है. सो ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर योर एग्जामिनेशन। अगर किसी को कोई क्वेरी है तो हम बता दीजिएगा, कोई पार्ट डिस्कस करना चाह रहे हैं, इंडिविजुअली करना चाह रहे हैं, या ग्रुप में कोई किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रही है तो जस्ट लेट मी नो, राइट। और मैं इसका वो बना दूंगा आपका लास्ट फाइलम का, तो ये यू कैन सबमिट दिस अप टू 22 डेट, 22 तारीख तक जमा कर दीजिए, कोई इसकी ऐसी जल्दी नहीं है लास्ट वाले फाइलम के। बट ट्राई टू कंप्लीट एज सुन एज पॉसिबल, बिकॉज फिर वो ये होगा कि आप कहेंगे कि सर अब प्रैक्टिकल का काम कंप्लीट करें या थ्योरी के लिए एग्जाम के लिए पढ़ाई करें, तो दैट वी कैन नॉट हेल्प विद दैट। ओके, यू हैव टू डू दैट। ठीक है, ऑल द बेस्ट। और अब हमारी अगली क्लास नहीं होगी
सर।
हो सकता है। जी सर।
सर हमें मेटा सर्केरिया लार्वा लिखने प्लेट हेलमेंथिस में सर, पर वो पीएस वर्मा में है नहीं सर, मेटा सर्केरिया लार्वा।
नहीं, लार्वा नहीं होता, मेटा सर्केरिया लार्वा नहीं होता। पहले तो ये बात समझ लीजिए, मेटा सर्केरिया जो है वो प्लेटी हेलमेंथ्स में, फैस्यूला में जो आपकी एंसेस्टेड स्टेज है उसको कहते हैं मेटा सर्केरिया। तो जो आपने पढ़ा होगा, अगर आप लाइफ साइकिल आपको याद हो कि जब इनवर्टिब्रेट होस्ट जो कि स्नेल्स होते हैं इन केस ऑफ प्लेटी हेलमेंथ्स, फैस्यूला के केस में, these snails they have the developing larval stages, जिसमें कि आपके स्पोरोसिस्ट होता है, रीडिया होता है, सर्केरी होता है। तो जो सर्केरी बाहर आता है, लार्वल फॉर्म सर्केरी है, और वो जाके वेजिटेशन के ऊपर एनसिस्ट कर जाता है, यानी अटैच होने के बाद उसके ऊपर उसमें सिस्ट फॉर्मेशन रहता है। तो दैट सिस्ट स्टेज इज कॉल्ड एज दी मेटासर्केरिया। तो अगर उसमें आपको डायग्राम नहीं, क्या चीज़ नहीं मिल रही आपको, मुझे बताओ
सर। उसके कमेंट्स मेटा सर्केरिया के।
ठीक है, ठीक है, तो कमेंट्स में लिखना, फर्स्ट कमेंट लिखना, नोट करो, कर रहे हो? Should I go ahead?
Yes sir, yes sir.
Okay, so the first comment you can write
Yes,
that it is the ancested form of platyhelminths. ठीक है, first comment. Second comment लिखिए, it is present in case of Fasciola hepatica and Fasciola gigantica, all right, and other trematode parasites. लिख लिया? ठीक है, थर्ड कमेंट लिखिएगा, इट इज द ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड स्टेज फॉर्म्ड आफ्टर द सर्केरी हैज इमर्ज आउट ऑफ द स्नेल। ठीक है ना, तो सर्केरी प्रेजेंट होंगे स्नेल के अंदर, स्नेल से बाहर आएंगे सर्केरी, दे आर स्विमिंग स्टेज, बट आफ्टर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन दे टर्न इनटू द मेटासर्केरी। समझ आ गया? फोर्थ पॉइंट में लिखिएगा,
यस सर,
they are the infective stage to the definitive host. They are the infective stage to the definitive host. And what is the definitive host in case of Fasciola? तो बफलोज हैं, काउज हैं, कैटल्स हैं, ठीक है ना, या फिर ह्यूमंस भी हो सकते हैं, एक्सीडेंटल इन्फेक्शन। तो दे आर द इन्फेक्टिव स्टेज टू द डेफिनेटिव होस्ट और द मैमल होस्ट। ठीक है,
यस सर।
और फिर उसके बाद एक डायग्राम बना दीजिएगा। डायग्राम आपने देखा ही होगा, बिल्कुल आपको एक सिस्ट लाइक स्ट्रक्चर आपको नजर आएगा। ठीक है, और उसकी वो डॉर्मेंट स्टेज होती है। लिख लेंगे अब?
यस सर।
ओके, और किसी को कोई सवाल है, कोई क्वेश्चन, कोई क्वेरी? चलिए ठीक है, अगर नहीं है तो ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर योर एग्जामिनेशन। अच्छे से पढ़िए, कॉन्फिडेंटली वाइवा दीजिएगा। ऑलराइट, अल्लाह हाफ़िज़। दूंगा, अपलोड तो कर देता हूँ मैं। ठीक है,
ओके सर।
ओके, अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।